Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hello, Rob.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Josh.
Good morning.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. A little early taping. Josh has taking his kids around. I've been doing enough of that. We're getting to the part of the summer, and I think anybody that has kids at home can relate to this, the part of the summer where, I'm bored. What am I going to do? You know, you basically entertain them as best you can, and then they need you to be a jester.
I get that from Carrie.
That's been most of your marriage, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, she's bored with me. It's not a seasonal thing, Mike.
Yeah.
It's, it's Christmas. It's New Year's Day. It's the
God
whole
love
time.
Mrs. O'Mara going out, but isn't it great when they go out and slay the dragon?
Love it. Love it.
I'm not burdened with one of those old school feelings of, and I should be, since I'm the oldest one in the room. I should be somebody that says, that's my retirement program. I may not have invested
Does she
as
ever
well as
try
I could.
to remark to you how hard she works? And
I don't think it's as much as
Carrie does
she
that
used
a lot.
Well, yeah, that's not unusual.
And she does. I mean, I'm not gonna take that from her. But I'm not, just
What do you
sitting
mean
down
you're
here.
not gonna?
I'm
you
not
mean
gonna take
remove
away.
that.
No,
you got to
I'm not-
remember your semantics here. You're not going to deprive her of her
urge
her
to
working.
complain? Yeah. Oh,
When
no,
you said I'm not going to take that from her, so I'm not
talking about the
taking
work.
that from you,
No,
mister.
I'm not talking about the work. I'm talking about the right to complain about working. She can have that all day long.
The two things that I said this to my wife quite sincerely the other night. I said,
It's over.
if it's over, I'm over. That's it.
No, Mike, you know what? I've got a spare room. Come on up.
That's sad.
What? That I have a spare room?
No, picturing me nursing like an Irish whiskey at a daytime bar in Fort Myers.
And then home to your studio apartment?
It's home to my studio apartment. Or a motel.
No, I think, Mike, what I
Or
pictured,
a motel with weekly rates.
maybe for a little while until you get settled at the motel with weekly rates, but then you get the studio apartment, and it's tragically underfurnished. It is like a 55-inch flat screen on a milk crate and your recliner.
Yeah, not what I care to do with the rest of my life. I looked at it. I said, I am really happy. I am more happy about her loving what she does than I am about the work itself. It's
Right.
great to have, but I don't really, with all sincerity, I don't really pay attention to her bottom line nearly as much as the fact that
out.
she digs what she's doing, and I like her successes as a having a little teeny tiny business here in.
What have you
in Fort
always
Myers.
said, Mike? Find a job you love,
Shut up.
and you'll never work a day
shut
in your
up.
life.
Just shut up.
Well, that's what you're saying, really.
Sometimes,
It is.
Josh, sometimes I look at him and I realize why. It's just I would be so sad if I didn't look at this melon head every day. I
And
really
I
would.
you. I would too.
I
yeah.
mean, it's just, but
Well, Rob found that job he loved 30 years ago
he
I
did.
did.
and
Yeah.
stuck with it.
He did.
And then I took another job about 5 years ago, and I don't like it so much. So
Yes.
what do?
Yeah, it's life. It's
is
the
life.
way it goes. But I'm very proud of her, and I'm very happy that she finds joy not only in working for this show, but also during washing faces. And I wonder if she'd be embarrassed that I said this.
What?
I don't think so. She
Okay.
has had. I'll give her a plug. I don't care. I plug Dermglow all the time.
Sure.
Her company's dermglowskin.com. That's her business. She's got a brick and mortar store
You
in
can buy the
downtown Fort
products
Myers.
at the TMOS store.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got
but
amazing stuff.
She downtown, she has told me that she has had multiple clients that when she's giving the treatment of the craniofacial thing on the eyes and stuff like that, that people cry. 2 people have cried. I'm not kidding. Because they've just been so relaxed, and it's been such a
Here's why
I am going
don't-
to catch so much crap.
Here's
about
why
that.
I don't like that, because with the amount of mood leveling medications I'm on,
Yeah.
I can't cry anymore. And I used to cry all the time.
I can.
You can?
I can. I watched. I finally broke down because my kid was bored, and watched Saving Private Ryan. I figured he's old enough where he sees the carnage on his video games and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I
and
wanted
it's-
him to see what it
it's
was really about.
based on a true story, so
You
yeah.
know what the sad part is I'm watching the storming of Omaha Beach, which is probably, if not the most, one of the most graphic depictions
Right.
of warfare that I've ever seen. And I'm looking over, and my son's kind of looking at his phone because there's still that disconnect from the reality of it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I look at it and just think about I really, really get into it. I really think
To be
about
fair, he's
people,
so-
what they went through.
He is so far removed from it chronologically. To
Yeah.
him, World War
Yeah.
II is like
It's
the
like
revolution.
the 1800s. Yeah,
Well,
you're
But
right.
we grew up around people that fought in that war.
But it's
and
also
it's
these.
so real. Go ahead, Josh.
It's
I'm
also
sorry.
these 10-year-olds are growing up playing video games where they're shooting people nonstop.
I think
and-
I didn't
and
do
guns-
that when I was growing up. Yeah.
Guns are a game, and
Yeah.
we played with guns outside, like water
A
guns
stick.
and cowboys and Indians and stuff. But there's so much in there with YouTube and everything that it's another screen and not something I think they can process as
And another
history.
layer to this is that which is interesting. I mean, I would buy the fact that, Rob, that he's not paying attention to because it's so far removed, but he knows his history too, his World
This
War
is
II
true.
history.
True
And
enough.
he lays this one on me. And what was great watching Save It Private Ryan, you realize the attention to detail that Spielberg had depicting this. He wanted to, Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg were people that wanted to honor the veterans by making it as real as
It
possible.
was a passion project for them, I think. More
And
even-
Michael informed me that on the troop carriers, on the amphibious vehicles that they went into Omaha Beach with, and it makes total sense when you really think about it, the first row, zero survivability because they were concentrating the fire on the troop carriers.
Sure.
And the second row, almost zero survivability. So
Now,
the
that
first
makes me
two
think,
rows of
Mike-
guys doing that, I mean, can you imagine that?
I
mean,
can't.
it's just astonishing, really, when you
And
think about it.
the thing that we really need to make clear is that when we go to Las Vegas on November 9th, the first row is 100% survivability. And there are
Rob,
VIP
we've already
there is-
sold out our VIP tickets. So
Okay. Well, I
that's,
thought there was.
I think we have one
more.
left. I think we
Yeah.
have
Well,
one
you
left.
might. I mean,
That's
if
it.
you want to live, you better buy it.
The
I'm sitting here thinking about the third row going through and having to move past all those bodies, and Rob's moving on to a joke.
And we were talking about, Rob was talking about he doesn't get emotional. I was, since I hadn't seen it in a while, ridiculously emotional because I think about my dad and I think about
Yeah.
all those people in my dad's generation that did this, and my mind just goes in 70 different directions. I think about where we are and how many people in American culture now, especially my age, because at my age now, we are populated primarily with people that never fought in a war.
Right.
That never fought in a war that, was with the draft and just
Right.
like World War II, where all the young men of a generation went to war.
Yeah.
We didn't have that in mind. We are the children of the greatest generation that I talk about all the time. The entitled people that yell at people in convenience stores. That's the generation we are. I'm sorry, but I believe it. I believe
No,
it
you're
with all
right.
my heart. I witness the behavior all the time. And the disconnect from that. And you see these guys' faces. So I get very, very emotional when you watch that opening segment because of the bravery, and these people just threw themselves into this. And I don't know. I always think about that particular.
I don't think we have
activity.
the wherewithal as a people right now. The country is so divided anyway, but to come together on something like that and just get your draft and say, oh, well, I'm going to England or I'm going to Germany or I'm going to France, and that's just the way it was.
And the young people, too. I mean, it was young. And then
young.
you had the grizzled guys that were veterans of multiple conflicts. It's It's an amazing film when you haven't seen it in a while. And I figured my son was ready for it, and he stuck with it. But still, the disconnect of looking at the phone. That's where we are now. I think our short attention span theater as a nation is something that it frustrates me a little bit. I dive in. I immerse myself in a movie or a television show, and I don't know if I'm an outlier or what the deal is.
I think movies, and especially television, requires a lot more attention than it used to. To a point, if I'm streaming a show, I will pause it if I have to go do something, because you don't want to miss any. Television has gotten a lot more. It's gotten richer with details. I think one of the first
more movie-like, right?
Yeah, one of the first shows to start it was the show 24. That you couldn't miss a moment and you couldn't miss an episode.
Right.
And it was appointment television. They made it television. I think one of the few remaining good reasons to go to a theater, because all the movies are landing on streaming almost immediately now, is the fact that they prohibit phones in a theater. And it requires focus in a theater. What's that?
Yeah, that does not stop people. That does, I remember with the Alamo. Remember when I went to Patton's screening of
it was Mike. It was simply
Walter
a mistake.
Mitty.
Yeah.
Oh God. Did you ever hear that story, Josh?
No.
Patton
No, please.
Oswalt, a friend of the show, had a screening for his movie with Ben Stiller. Was it The Secret Life of
Walter Mitty? I don't know if that was the actual title, but that was the story, the old story.
And Patton was going to be there doing a Q&A and invited me to come at the last minute. And I busted my ass to get over there, and I was running late. And I don't know how it went down, but I got to the theater and I had my phone, and I got through the phone banning that they did at the Alamo Draft House.
Right.
And I didn't know that, but I'd gotten there late. So the security people, the nerds that were checking your phones.
The teenagers?
And I sat down in my VIP seat.
Up front, right?
Up front, like in Patton's row.
Right.
And my phone went, and I dropped it. So it's at a quiet part of the film, and I'm like, oh God, this is me. It was, I don't remember all the details.
I remember that you left before the Q&A because you were mortified.
I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed.
You couldn't turn it off. The way you explained it, by my memory, which usually serves fairly well on the show, is that you got in late and you were kind of had to sideways into the front row because you were in the VIP section.
Walk in front of people who were already
and
watching
then you
the
dropped
movie, which
your
I
phone
hate.
while you were standing.
Yes.
And couldn't pick it up. So all you heard was...
I remember the guy that called me, Pete. Thanks, Pete.
I've seen that happen so many times in churches.
Yes.
And the old ladies can't find the phone inside their purse.
Right. Right. And it's like, my memories of church were my father, who was my dad, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Absolutely and totally incapable of whispering. There are people that can't whisper. He did not know how
Seriously?
to
Why
whisper.
do you think that is?
I don't know, but he couldn't whisper. Maybe because he was deaf. I don't know, but I would no, because he was a young man. He wasn't deaf, and I would say, Dad, and I'd be asking him something like to pass the hymnal to my sister or something like that, and he'd go, huh, what do you want? It's frustrating. Yeah. And I
thought
remember
you said he was young.
It was
That was
well,
young.
no, he was. My father was an older dad, not as old as I am, but he was an older dad. But it was like, what, hey, like that. But to get back to the whole thing about him, are you medicated to where you just don't get choked up? You've gotten choked up talking about your kids on this show since you've been on your meds.
but not like I used to be. Like I mean. Meds, my meds, Mike. Like for example, do you remember the Budweiser commercial with the Clydesdales in the snow?
Well, they're all maudlin, right?
Yeah,
They're all kind of like with a dog, like
cry.
a Dalmatian, licking its.
No, this is the old one. Season's greetings from Anheuser-Busch.
Right.
That used to get me. Movies used to get me a lot. The other day I was looking at baby pictures of Julia, and I felt myself almost doing, but nothing. And, I understand that when you take these mood levelers, and I'm on 2 of them. It removes you from getting to the very dark low part, but your trade-off is that it also doesn't allow you to get to the real high part. So you're stuck in the middle, and it makes it
Stuck
harder.
in the middle with you.
And so that's the price you pay. And I think sometimes a good cry is it's healthy. And you know the amount of funerals I've been to in the last 18 months.
Right.
I would love to be able to. One of my most legendary cries ever, and this is when Robert was diagnosed with his leukemia. So this is many years ago. And there was many trips to the doctor every day, all day at the hospital. And
There
one
were
night
many trips.
Yes, there were, Mike. I'm sorry. I was being folksy. You know what? You got to the
No,
true,
you weren't. You were grammatically incorrect.
You got to the true idiot. The soft, gooey idiot inside my head is where you got.
There was many trips to the doctor.
There were many trips to the doctor.
Sorry, it's
Better.
my thing.
And so
I won't do that to you, Josh.
Right.
I'll do it to Rob because Rob had a better GPA than I did.
And to be fair, Robert was suffering. So we went to one night I got home, and it had been a whole week of rise at basically sunup, go to the hospital, hang, and then come home. And I said, I'm going to watch some TV tonight, have a few drinks. And stupidly, I watched the George Harrison tribute concert where his son plays music for his dad. And it just grabbed me. I love the music, but the whole dynamic of it caught me. And I started bawling so hard alone in my living room that eventually I heard myself crying and made myself laugh because I sounded that ridiculous. So, it's true.
Amazing.
That's a God's honest truth. But so I mean, the crying is healthy. It's cleansing, and I kind of miss it, but I also don't mind not thinking about the end all the time too. So that's good.
That what you went through with your son, and look at him now, just amazing. When you
he's great.
look at that young man now, and and here's to modern medicine and what they can do now, and survivability with pediatric leukemia. Which as soon as you had said it, I remember you saying that, and then right away. You were, you've always been optimistic, but right away you said, "Oh, the cure rate is 98%."
It was 98% when he was diagnosed, 99 when he finished treatment. It actually improved during the time he was under treatment.
If you don't think throwing a ducat or two to these benefits when people ask to donate money to the American Cancer Society, where my mom was a chair in Hartford, Connecticut of that organization, do it because
LLS,
it does
Mike,
move
the
them.
Leukemia Lymphoma Society is a very, very good one.
Makes a difference. It really, really does.
Real quick, something a little brighter. I want to thank everyone who
Please.
stopped by for Schmooze Day yesterday. We did about 45 minutes live from my basement, and technologically it was a little jumpy getting started because I got a text from Jolene, and when I went to answer it, it stopped the feed. So, but we eventually got in.
Why did you answer a text? Were you doing it with your phone?
Yeah, I was.
And you took a text?
Well, it was a text about the Schmooze Day, and I wanted to make sure everyone knew what was going on.
I was also confused about the start of your schmooze day with like
the
2
dog?
minutes, 2 minutes of just like pointing at the wall and your shelf and
Yes.
you not being on it. And then, the
I wanted
dogs
people
are
to give them a
barking.
chance. I wanted people to have a chance to sign on, and then we
Okay.
began it. But we had between 70 and 80 people, lots of great questions.
Hold on,
Really-
I'd like to explore the beginning of it, if we may.
Okay.
Because he went by that rather quickly, Josh. So how long did the camera juggle around where Rob was trying
I
to
think
figure
about
out
a minute to 90 seconds. I started
90
with,
seconds?
It was at least 90 seconds,
but
maybe
it was.
2 minutes.
But I started
90
it just.
seconds of
Yes.
just like a camera?
But I started
No.
it before 7. Before
But-
it started, I wanted to have like a B-roll beginning.
But it was more.
You
it
wanted
wasn't,
to have a B-roll, right?
But it was more like an old man trying to figure out how to use the camera because it was moving around like it was clearly in your hand,
It's
just
funny,
pointed
Josh,
in the wrong
that you
direction.
would say something so true. It's funny. It was like an old man trying to figure it out.
I like
yeah, it
Schmooze
was.
Day. I like Schmooze Day.
But it was
that's
fun,
it.
and I love the questions, and we'll be doing it again this Tuesday. Our Schmooze Day guest will be Carla. So get ready for that.
Oh, Carla's next?
You said so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I didn't know whether we were going to do Josh first
I can
or
do
Carla.
either. I can do next Tuesday or the week after.
I'll ask Carla. You two. Well, you two talk every day, so you guys decide who's going to do the
either
next
one.
But
schmooze day.
it's a blast. And
So
people
tell the
should drop
truth.
in.
So you had trouble getting it ready, right?
Well, yeah.
If it's 90 seconds, it wasn't like you were ready to go.
No, I was ready to go, but I was thinking that you don't want people to like sign on midstream if they're coming on at 7. But
He wanted a countdown.
Yeah, sort of a countdown. And I showed a close-up of my shelf and then the close-up of the Falcon. And then we were off and running. But the very first thing was a shot of Sebastian the idiot dog. And I thought people would like that, but then he went away. So I had to do something.
So you didn't. How far did you stray from your home base?
The basement? I covered the basement, the utility room, the bathroom, and my garage.
So you did go. Oh, you have an access to your garage from the basement, correct?
Yeah.
So
I
you didn't-
stayed.
you
well,
did
it's
it on
not a
one floor.
No
It's not a
stairs.
subterranean basement.
I don't have stairs, so I mean, I'm
By
jealous,
design.
You know, I have a
I don't
ramp.
have stairs either.
Yeah, it's Florida. There are no
Yeah.
stairs in Florida.
Right.
You have to
But,
work hard to find stairs in Florida. You really do. I'm not kidding you about that.
But yeah, it was the first time, and I figured out some things about it that will be better. And so the next time we schmooze it up,
What do you mean figured it out? What, you press record?
No, but like the flipping of the camera and things like that, because you can make it before.
You mean where you flip it around?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, I knew that, but I was trying to figure out the best way to do it. Mike, I had never done an
The
extended.
best way to
thing
do
like
it is to press the button.
Yeah, I figured that out.
What do you mean
like
you
an old
figured
man.
it out? Did you know it before?
Yeah, but I've never done like a presentation tour before of my home, and so sometimes it's my face, sometimes it isn't. Like it was.
Now
when
I
did-
can't speak. I had a camera person, so my wife was doing the camera.
Oh,
for
must
me.
be nice, la la la. Ooh.
Where was Mrs. Spiewak when you were going to do your little?
She actually
schmooze day?
arose from all of her work day in the middle of it, and came downstairs, and she had already put on some, how shall I say, loungewear that is probably not appropriate for prime time.
crotchless
So-
panties.
Yes, edible too, and so she.
Hey,
she
Josh, I got a
declined.
question for
Yes.
you. You've logged in for both the first one and the second one. Do you have any numbers for Rob's and mine by any chance?
They're
Not
about
that
the
I'm
s-
competitive.
They're about the same.
They were about the same.
About-
Wouldn't
the
you
same.
say that Mike's was better?
Well,
Shut up,
Mike
Rob.
had a camera person. Mike was
Yes.
a two-person show
He was.
because I think Carla spoke as much as Mike on that.
She did. She was
Was
kind
she,
of
uh,
guiding me through
was
it.
she a
And really, in
blabbermouth?
fairness to me, hold on. Wait a minute. What did you say, Rob?
She spoke a lot. Was she a blabbermouth?
No, she was helpful on this particular thing.
Well,
so
it's fun to have someone to talk to. And that's the thing. When I switched back after the text, the questions were not coming up on my phone. They were because they had switched.
Well, I
to
would
the-
have probably had issues in the event that I had to take the questions. I didn't have to look at anything. I just had to talk to
Right.
the camera and then show people around. So that was it. And if I had done it the other way, I would have been sitting here with the computer where I could have two separate entities to look at that as a.
Yeah, but then
that's
you
hard to
can't
do
turn
with
that-
that's hard to do while holding a phone.
And you have a
Can't
big
flip it.
delay.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So-
Anyway, I enjoyed it, especially the latter part of it. Once it got sort of smooth, and I saw that
Sounds
the
like you
questions
mucked
were
it up a
coming
little bit.
Well,
but,
at the beginning, sure, Mike, but no one's perfect.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
true.
and I'm living proof of that.
And I think I'm going to jump in and take next week after looking
All
at my
right.
calendar.
All right,
great.
Josh will be next week and should be wonderful. And it's Schmooze Day. Can you guys hear
Is
the?
Josh going to bring his lawnmower?
You God. There's a dude
Yeah,
that
you can cut the grass with me.
Here we go.
That's a nice weed whacker.
I can actually.
Who's
go
that
to
in the wood
the new
chipper then?
studio? I can go to the window.
Oh, I forgot. He's going over to the window.
I know.
The
Now
chair,
he
she is
should have
empty.
pressed that wide shot button and give us the.
No, I didn't. I
But
wasn't
as you
yelling
see,
at him.
Josh, nobody's perfect.
Oh,
I mean,
I wasn't
Where'd you
yelling
go?
at him.
oh, Mike, you need to hit your video.
What
You,
did I do?
You have to
you
hit
knocked
video.
out your camera.
Oh, sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Actually, I think we can add him, can't we, Josh?
No, it's
No, hold on,
his
I'll come
camera's
back.
Oh,
turned
his
off.
camera is literally off.
I'll come back
Yeah.
in. All right.
There we go.
Sorry.
Tripped over a cord?
Here I am giving Rob crap about his camera, and I just knocked myself. I don't know. I hit a button or something. Something bad happened. So Schmooze Day next week, it's Josh, and then after that we'll have Carla, and then we'll probably cancel it.
Tuesday, July 16th. That will be 4 p.m. on the East, 7 p.m. in the East, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, and Josh will be there.
Programming, not a programming note, a live show note. Josh finalized everything with our friends at the Downtown Grand Hotel, and the room rates now, the special discounted room rates are available now. So, and they started yesterday with that. Did we get all the rooms blocked? How many nights do we have the special rate?
We have the special rate for Friday night and Saturday night. I have put in a request for them to open it up for other dates if people want to stay longer.
Okay, so your rates are locked in for Friday night and Saturday night. We're putting in a request. We'll let you know if that opens up to Thursday.
Are you still doing 2 weeks out there, Mike?
I am not, Rob. I'm not like you. I am going to be leaving on Sunday. Rob will be there till like Wednesday the next week.
I think I'll be Monday morning because I don't want to do an overnight flight. It's a nasty thing.
And you're paying for that hotel on Sunday night, but that's just.
I'm all for it, Mike.
Because that would be a fourth.
Deal.
That would be a fourth night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Mike, I'm appreciative that we're paying for some of it because in days of old,
maybe we are.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
We still got discussions about that fourth night also because that fourth night might be cheaper than some airfare on Sundays.
Really?
That's what I've been told. I have to look in. I haven't looked into.
I think I got
yet.
the cheapo fare because I got so I don't think I can change.
You're flying Frontier?
Okay. No, I'm flying. I don't even know who I'm flying.
It's
harder to get. Las Vegas wants you to arrive and stay forever.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my impression.
They hate you leaving on Sunday. I know
they don't like you leaving on Sunday at all.
No.
They really.
I found it direct on Wednesday, but I can't come back until the following Wednesday with that flight.
Oh, it's not Breeze, is it?
It's Breeze.
It's Breeze.
It's Breeze.
Breeze, the new fly by night.
Yes.
Airline. Yeah. I could do Wednesday too if I wanted to come back.
Carrie found a pretty good rate that had a layover, I think, in Denver, and the layover was 14 hours.
There are 15-hour flights back to Florida.
Yeah, it's definitely that. And most of my layovers
So
seem
funny,
to be
Josh and
BWI.
I, we're different parts of Florida. We still have the same
Breeze.
Where do you have to drive to? Are you driving to Orlando or Jacksonville?
I haven't either one. I'm looking at both right now.
Flights are,
For
all the people that say, "Oh, it takes so long." We're down. The Floridians are having the most circuitous routes on this.
You should be my dad. My dad's flying out of Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
but that's
easier. But you've got 3 different airports covered. I think that's wild.
Right. Yeah, and Miami is where I'm flying out of. So I'll be next to your father.
Jacksonville wants me to have a layover in BWI.
Okay.
I don't really want to do that.
Here it is about layovers.
Yeah.
I am almost obsessive compulsive about laying over, making a connection in the opposite direction. I'm almost passionately against it. If you tell me that I'm flying to Las Vegas and I have to lay over in Charlotte, I'm telling you to go to hell. I am not going backwards. I refuse to do that. So if I can, like for me, for example, going to Las Vegas, Nevada from where I live, I have no problem connecting through Tejas. Texas is fine. It's kind of on the way.
Sure.
And then you shoot across the Gulf of Mexico and I'm fine. But it's just
I'll
air
tell
travel.
You where Texas doesn't work when you're flying from Iowa City to Dulles Airport in Northern Virginia and they route you through Houston. That's
because you're really going deep south and then east.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was looking at flights back to Baltimore and found a real cheap flight from Orlando. It was like $125 round trip, Orlando to BWI.
Yeah.
Layover in Denver. Each way.
Yeah, it's the time.
Yeah,
it's the time. So getting back to our live show, we probably are not selling a lot of tickets by talking about how hard it is to get to Las Vegas and get back from Las Vegas. But the discounted room rates are
It used
there.
to be easier. I think it's BWI and Dulles versus Florida.
I think Florida is problematic. But that does not stop you from your obligation to attend our live show. And so now the next phase of this, we will be talking about our Las Vegas show every week about one thing or another. We are now at the fun stage where we're locked in with the hotel. We're locked in with the show. And we will now be talking to, Josh will be talking to Shelley at the casino about the games that we're going to do on Friday night.
Yes.
People play, Mike.
I had a phone call yesterday.
You did you reach out yesterday to the casino man, the head casino guy?
Yes. Well, to the same person I've been dealing with.
Oh, but not are they going to farm you off to a casino person?
Yes. We are scheduling a call with a casino person. We are scheduling a call with the pool manager.
Oh, wow.
And
wow.
He's 14.
They have their act together at the DGH.
Beautiful.
The only thing they've said no to so far is what we were planning for the after party.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah. But they're trying to farm us to like another bar in the building to do that.
Okay. Okay.
So
that's cool.
It's more of a maybe.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. We haven't announced it yet, so I'm fine with that. But doesn't matter.
Josh could not speak to the head of casinos yesterday because he was taking a shave.
He was in the basement in the counting room with a skill saw, threatening a cheating customer with the loss of his hand. That's another movie. That's Casino.
It is. But I like the counting.
Which hand do you shuffle your chips with? Bam, bam. Oh God! Look what they did in my hand, man.
Josh, if you can, when you speak to the casino guy, ask if Mike and I can get a tour of the counting room.
Then I'll come back here and they'll be chasing me with guns through there. Exactly. Now we're full casino. We're full casino talking about that one. But so lots of fun things. It's very much the top of mind. VIP tickets, essentially, when you hear this, it's sold out. And get your tickets. We have a limited amount. This is a small area that we are going to be in for the live podcast. You're going to be part of that. We're going to be doing the regular but a special show, but it is our MikeO'MaraShow.com podcast.
And Mike,
yes.
you misspoke. It's not a small event. It's an intimate event, which is why you have to be
We've done
a
the
part
same
of it.
numbers. It's just going to be
closer in. It's beautiful.
It's a more intimate environment, and we are going to sell out faster because of the numbers that are involved. So please get your tickets and take advantage of the room rates that are being offered to our listeners. That's very, very important. Josh, as far as people that are now planning on coming to Las Vegas and they want to get their room rates, how do they do that?
They're posted on social media, and then if you go on the store and look at the listings for the tickets, there's a link there as well.
Mike, just don't.
What, listings?
Yeah, I know. It's like Sunny Liston.
I'll never learn.
It's fine.
Cheese are never coming back.
You know what? You work hard. You're doing great things for the show.
A couple weeks, we'll get my dad on here, and you can quiz him with some.
I can't wait.
Is your dad positive about coming on the pro? Is he a gregarious individual who likes to come on and talk?
I think he'll be fine. Yeah. I'm not worried about it at all.
Well, then
I think he will enjoy coming on, either the regular show or the cocktail hour.
What's his first
We're going to
name?
have one of those in a few weeks.
I'd like him on the cocktail hour.
Me too.
Does your dad like an adult beverage?
He does.
What's his brand? What's his flavor?
I have no idea.
Budweiser.
No, I think
Could be.
wine. I think he's a wine guy.
Oh, God, that's good. That's good. See, he's an eclectic individual. Josh is talking about the way he talks, but he's also enjoying a nice glass of wine.
What's your dad's first name? I know you've mentioned it.
John.
John Schroka.
Okay, John. Do I mispronounce Josh's name?
I think
We
it's
might
Schroka.
as he's only been working with us for months, so the proper pronunciation is Soroka, correct?
That's how I pronounce it.
There it is,
Yes.
and that's how Rob has mispronounced it.
Yes, I have. And
By
my
saying,
apologies.
by putting an SH sound on it, it's not Shroka.
Is there anybody who does? Are there any people that say Schroka? You said
Yeah,
that I say Schroka.
Yeah, every telemarketer, every piece of junk mail.
No, I mean like people that are in the know.
DCU grads.
I don't know any besides my immediate family. I don't know anyone else with the same last name.
Okay.
So I do not know.
Have you ever gone into Facebook and tried to find other Sorokas?
Oh, no, there's plenty out there. There's a doctor in Severna Park, I know.
Hey, don't smoke, everybody, because Rob tells you if you smoke cigarettes, you have a higher incidence of stroke. Stroke me,
Especially
stroke me.
If you inhale all the smoke.
Smoke. Yes.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir. So it's Soroka. It almost sounds like there's an extra.
It sounds like there's an extra, like the
like
pitcher for, I think the Cubs or the White Sox right now, Mike Soroka.
That's a great time. That is a great time to
O.
break, because later on in the show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking serious baseball. I hear a timpani. Why is there a timpani?
Because you were teasing something exciting. Later on in the show.
Later on in the show, talking baseball. Yes, sir. Because Josh and I decided it was a great idea to talk about the sport that everybody cares about.
And I'll use that
The
time
NFL.
use that time to file my nails.
Very good. Exciting. But we've got the roundtable coming up now.
We do.
And
We
more
do.
fun. And make sure you take advantage of those downtown Grand room rates. That's open now. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. Carla wanted me to show you this. Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier, sugar-free. See nutrition information for sodium content. Electrolyte drink mix. Okay.
You're reading off the stick, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not reading the copy. Sorry. Summertime, hot time, sweaty time, parole time. No, not anymore. Humid
Sorry,
time, schmooze day time, thirsty time, rehydration time. Hot weather requires extraordinary hydration. Liquid IV hydrates you with benefits like electrolytes, essential nutrients, essential vitamins.
Yes.
I'm a broadcast professional. And clinically tested nutrients. It's essential vitamins, clinically tested nutrients.
Do you have a favorite vitamin, Mike?
D.
I like C.
With 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink in a single stick. I love Liquid IV, and I am enjoying my new, and I am sorry, Lemon Lime, my new favorite, White Peach. That is my new favorite.
That's the hot chick?
I
White
love
Peach
the
is
hot
the
chick.
hot chick, yeah.
I love it. Science-backed formula, optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients to turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. The bottom line with Liquid IV, I spend a lot of time on this, I like to call it the surface of the sun, when the temperature heat index is over 100 degrees. I do it routinely, and I am not capable of doing it successfully without my Liquid IV. That's what I use to hydrate. If you're out here, the bulk of the country right now dealing with record hot temperatures. If you're outside and you're doing anything, please, please, please take advantage of what we've been telling you about for years now. Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water. Hydrates better than water alone. Turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com, ladies and gentlemen. Will Smith, you might know him. He's made movies, if you didn't remember that
He had
name.
a television program.
He did The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He still has 8 years to go before his 10-year Oscar ban for hitting Chris Rock is over. But he's trying to get his sentence commuted early. He is allegedly trying to do this. This is In Touch magazine.
Do you buy it?
They're bored. I don't buy it because I think it's almost inquiry, and I don't like those tabloids.
I think that what he's doing is he floated it out there before he did anything to see how people react.
You think this is Team Smith?
Of course. Everything for him is going to be Team Smith because who cares about him right now?
Or someone recruiting him for a new movie.
This is true. You never know with the Hollywood PR machine. He claims that he is begging the Academy. In Touch claims that he's begging the Academy to lift the ban, in part because he apologized, but also because the success of Bad Boys Ride or Die has proven that he can still be a huge movie star, which is the fact he has.
Yeah, but
that
is he
movie's
going to
done
get?
very well.
Are you going to get an Oscar or even an Academy nod for Bad Boys 3? No.
No, that's
Yeah,
why I
Best
think
Picture.
I think it might be
Best
BS.
picture.
There are two big obstacles, obviously, standing in his way. First of all, not all the members have forgiven Will. I see. This is where they just create the reality, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. But I don't think he's getting reinstated. And Chris Rock hasn't forgiven him. That is the truth. The source says the moment everybody is waiting for is for Chris and Will to go public and genuinely bury the head. That's not going to happen.
No.
Right?
No,
Ever.
of course not.
Depends on money.
Yeah.
You can pay them enough to be on stage together.
I just don't think it would. First of all, that moment is so over the top that I just don't think it would do Chris Rock any good to make light of it, right?
And I think Chris Rock has plenty of money. I don't see it. I think Chris Rock is sort of the obviously the victim here, and he has nothing to gain by forgiving him. And I think a 10-year ban is light. I think he should have been a lifetime ban for something like that.
Well, yeah, you're an unforgiving person, Rob.
I am.
You know, where's your compassion? Gee, lady, where's your compassion? That's from the movie the At Sea movie. I have to work it through, or I won't be able to continue with the show. Perfect Storm. Thank you very much.
Perfect
there you go.
Storm. Yeah.
Gee, lady, where's your compassion?
That's a Clooney joint.
Speaking of movies, Anchorman. My only love Will Smith movie. Anchorman.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. What did I say? Will Smith.
It would have been a different movie that way.
Thank you. Anchorman had to be completely rewritten and reshot. That whole climactic scene where the panda gives birth at the zoo and the news team fights bears, that was actually a second attempt at bringing the film to a conclusion. The new interview with Will Ferrell says the movie originally ended with Christina Applegate's character getting kidnapped by a radical vigilante group. I like the original ending. I like the way they did it. Vigilante doesn't seem funny to me if that happened.
Bears are funny.
Bears are funny, right?
You don't like Elf at all?
No.
I can give him a pass on Elf, and also he's not.
No, I think
bad
it's a chance for him to show his crotch. That's the way I've always felt about Elf.
It's got a good story though.
No, he loves to show his he loves to walk around in tighty whities and the big. I mean, it's if you look at this, okay, if you look at that costume, the modification on the costume. I know this I believe this as fact that he said raise it up so you can see my. It's gross.
Okay, maybe I can give him a pass on Elf, and I don't mind him in the motion picture of the Producers musical, where he plays.
There it is. It's the Producers, your favorite entity. That's why you like Will Smith.
Well, I love the entity, and he does okay. No, it's Will Ferrell, and I don't like him.
Did I say Will Smith again?
You did.
And does that mean no elf costume for Vegas?
It depends on who's wearing it. All right.
Jim?
I'm talking to you, Jim Amato. When they tested it with audiences, that vigilante ending flopped, and we just lost the audience. We had basically to reshoot the ending. That's what he said. It took him 5 days to do it, and it was funny at the end. A very funny ending, as a matter of fact.
Thank you, Rolando, for your gift to the podcast. Appreciate that.
Hey, Rolando! That's very kind of you. We appreciate it. Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony will honor their work together in Van Halen on the Best of All Worlds tour with guitarist Joe Satriani and drummer Jason Bonham. This would be a great time for Alex Van Halen to step up and join him, but don't get your hopes up. Sammy and Michael reached out to him multiple times and got no response. Sammy says, quote, great guy, Sammy Hagar, by the way. Yeah. We made every offer to get together to just talk or have breakfast or lunch or dinner, go to the studio and play, come to my house or I'll come to your house, go ride horses, sit on the beach. What do you want to do? Let's just do something. Let's get together. Nothing, according to Hagar. He adds, quote, he sold all of his equipment. That was his statement. That was like, nah, I ain't coming nowhere. And the truth is, Alex did sell what was apparently his entire collection of musical gear, which is sad. I think that, even with Eddie gone, he's got music to make, but you don't know the details. You'd have to ask Alex why he decided to do that. And the loss of his brother, who was his musical partner for his whole life, probably had something to do with that.
I heard he sold his gear to raise money for his buffet fund.
Has Alex gotten...
He's a heavy guy, yeah.
Alex Van Halen got fat?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. You
can we see
him.
Josh, can we find a fat picture of Alex Van Halen? I didn't really. I mean, he never was when they were touring.
He's Havy, yeah, and he shows up sometimes on the Bert and Ellie cooking show.
Alex does?
I think so, or maybe I'm thinking of there's Wolfgang too, right? But I think
Wolfie might be heavy. Wolfie is heavy.
Yeah, I know that he is, but I thought Alex was heavy too. I could be wrong.
If you find one, let us know. Who touched the thermostat? I know you fight with your wife all the time, right? About the temperature in the house. You guys don't agree?
It's tough, yeah.
Oregon's biggest power company is rolling out a new smart thermostat program where they get to change the temperature in your home. Other cities have been adding similar programs over the last few years. Basically, you install a smart thermostat and pay a little less each month in exchange for letting them control your thermostat remotely. Boo. During peak hours, they up the temperature by a few degrees to reduce strain on the grid, usually between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. You mean like when people are home and want to be cool?
If they wanted, well, the problem is that at noon is when it's the hottest. My house faces exactly.
No. It's hottest later in the day.
Not when the sun is high.
Noon is not. Sun is highest, but that's not the hottest time of the day.
Well, at least I know
we Floridians know that.
Okay.
3 o'clock would be when you're dealing with a heat wave. 3 o'clock would be prime time for heat.
Because my house faces west exactly. So when the sun goes down, that's when the entire front of my house starts to bake. Because it's coming right out there. And the dogs like to have the Venetian blinds open so they can bark at things.
Okay.
And so it's a fight. I'd have to give the day off to the dogs because I got to close those shades.
The new Oregon version limits it to 3 degrees. So if your thermostat is set to 71, they might up it to 74 degrees.
Not
but you're
okay.
on the program you get to.
Not okay.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't like that. Some cities set the max even higher. Like a program in L.A. that lets them increase it by 4 degrees, but you can override it by changing the temperature. So is it worth it to save a few bucks and help the environment, or are you the only one who gets to mess with your thermostat? Who controls it in your house?
I do. I installed it. I literally installed our thermostat. It's my prerogative. And there's something
my prerogative.
I had an AC guy tell me once, he said, if you're unhappy with the way your AC is doing, keep in mind that the average air conditioner is only supposed to cool it about 20 degrees cooler than it is outside. And if you go beyond that, you're stressing it. So if it's 100 degrees, which it has been around here, you should probably set it at 80. But I don't buy that. I know.
No,
that's what he says.
That's an older thing.
Is it for older ACs?
I think newer homes are insulated better and can handle that.
Okay. I count on the ice. Speaking of older, I count on the icebox man to come with a big block of ice and put it in the icebox.
I just can't stand that you live at the top of that huge staircase.
Oh,
so that when he brings
strain.
the ice.
He was sweating like a total pig the other day. It's ridiculous. If you're someone who does not want your receipts from convenience store transactions, you're missing an exciting opportunity. You know, after watching Saving Private Ryan and now getting this, a man in New Jersey named Tyler, of course.
Tyler?
He's a super fan of Wawa. Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
He often goes multiple times a day for coffee, lunch, and sometimes dinner. Oh, Tyler. A few years back, he started saving his receipts and decided to try collecting every customer order number. You mean the food orders, like at the counter?
Yeah, when they call your number out, I guess.
Every customer order number from 0 to $9.99. He posted about it on social, got people to help him by filling in some gaps. He said, I'd start telling my friends, hey, I need 212. If you find order 212, please send it my way.
Hold it. So he's
cheating.
talking about his collection, but he's collecting garbage.
He just cheated us. It isn't fair.
This
he
guy's
didn't get
an
into the
ass.
cockadoodie line.
Shut up, Tyler. You're an ass.
Also, every Wawa I've been to has the basket there that you're supposed to put your ticket into after you get your food.
Not save it, Tyler. He posted photos of his collection, and Wawa noticed, and they responded. And Wawa said, this is the level of dedication we're talking about.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Tyler's next goal is taking a photo in front of every single Wawa, and I think it's the reason we should institute the draft. 100%.
Do you
Draft
know,
him.
Josh, that Wawa's been around a long time? It was actually Helen Keller's favorite convenience store.
Wawa. Thank you for remembering that joke. I
Always
gave you
remember.
that joke. Thank you.
I know.
Special joke.
It's a very special one.
How'd she break all of it? No, we're not doing Helen.
Don't,
Keller
Mike,
jokes
come
the
on.
show.
We're a current show and a friendly show.
Finally, more than a third of Australians 34% are spicing up their sex lives with household products, opting for pillows, shower heads, and even vegetable to get their kicks. Electric toothbrushes also proved popular among the sexually creative, as well as socks, gloves, mobile phones, hairbrushes, even washing machines. I saw
I can
Uncle
see
Buck.
a lot of them, but socks?
More than a quarter, 27%, were inspired by pop culture, having read about household items being used for gratification or having seen them used in movies or TV. 1 in 10, that's 11%, said using a household item in the bedroom was suggested by their partner. Dirty, dirty. A small but notable number of respondents, only 2%, reported mishaps as a result of their experimentation, including a trip to the general practitioner or the hospital. It's also the reason that Carla never cooks with zucchini anymore.
That's gross.
How's that for that little imagery? Huh? Yeah,
I
enjoy
remember
that.
when I had a friend who was Australian, and she asked me to eat her Vegemite sandwich. I don't know what that means.
They come from a land down under with a washing machine and then the sun.
That's a great sexual activite.
Once a jolly swag man camped by a billy bong under the shade of a coolie bar tree, and he sang as he watched him wade to his billy boy, "You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me." We're going to take a break, everybody. We'll be back with baseball talk. Very brief. Very
Just
brief. And then, Rob, we will talk about, your Christmas. Rob will talk about Christmas.
It says here, Rob will talk about Christmas album.
Rob Spiewak will talk about Christmas music. Right, that's Elvis. Hold on, I got to do a little finagling here.
That's fine. The Christmas thing you're going to love, Mike. It's wonderful. Who doesn't love Christmas?
And I can tell you, Alex is not fat.
Okay, then I misspoke. I'm thinking
no
of
pictures
Wolfgang.
exist.
Wolfgang. Hi.
I've
thrown away my equipment.
Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you for patting for me. I appreciate it.
Not at all.
Take a look at this beauty. This is
it's
my
nice.
favorite color.
Look at that.
This is the TMOS Summer Beach Hat. We now have an extremely limited run of the brand new TMOS. That's why they have a sticker on them. Summer Cap, the ultimate accessory for fans who want to show their support while staying cool. It's available in vibrant red, crisp white, classic light blue.
Nice.
How the red ones selling, Josh? Are the red ones still struggling?
Red ones are doing better.
Oh, they're doing better. That's wonderful. Sleek black, that's also available. It'll ensure that there's a perfect match for everyone. Plus, tickets and merch for the Grand Reunion Las Vegas weekend and new T-shirts that you haven't seen yet. Ooh.
That's true.
Don't miss the ultra cool TMOS challenge coin. We challenge you to not like it. So, thank you. So, hurry up. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong thing. God, what's wrong with me today? I have a headache. Every purchase keeps the laughs coming. TMOSstore.com, the source for all things Mike O'Mara Show. Official, authentic, and awesome. Thank you for your support. And remember, Rob Spiewak, our fabulous motto.
Sic semper tyrannis.
There it is.
Yeah, we got there.
So, Mr. Soroka, I have to say that I'm pretty pleased with my Red Sox. I bailed out last night because they were absolutely crushing the Oakland A's, and I did not look at a score this morning, so I assume they held on to that win, and the Orioles lost, meaning the Boston Red Sox, correct me if I'm wrong, would it be 6.5 games in back of the Baltimore Orioles right now?
They are 6.5 games back, but they are in a wild card slot.
And they're in a wild card slot over the Kansas City Royals. And Rob, wild. Rob, please to explain to all of the listeners the wild card in Major League Baseball.
Well, Mike, it's funny. The wild card spot, a lot of people would think like it's a joker in a deck of cards. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
If you base the advancement into the playoffs of a team based solely on their record, that is mathematical certainty. That works. But there are other availabilities. Yeah. And the wild card is kind of almost like an also-ran, but it gives it a chance to go in and beat a team in the playoffs that has a better record than them and advance into the playoffs.
Josh?
Sure. It's a bunch of
wild.
Yes.
It's not. It's the teams that are not division winners with the best records next to the division winners, get a chance to play in a one-off game to make it into a seed for taking on the
Thank you
division
for clearing
winners.
up what I said. I was.
It is
vague
no
in my-
longer a one-off game.
It's no longer a one-off game?
It is
Did they
no
change
longer
that this year?
Last year.
Last year. Okay, I missed
Or
that.
the year before that.
Okay. Is that when they
believe.
instituted the extra inning runner on second? Or that's this year?
That was a pandemic year that they then kept.
So it's another 2 years ago.
So that's been 2-3 years of that.
Wow.
Also, Mike, during the wild card
out
match,
of touch I've been about baseball.
during the wild card games, they have a time limit between pitches to make the game go faster.
There you go. How about that he knew that one?
That is a new one.
Yes.
Last year.
Last year. So the Red Sox are playing some really good baseball.
And I'm glad you turned it off early, because the Red Sox, when you turned it off, were probably up 11-2.
They were.
And the final score was 9-12. So it got a little stressful for the Red Sox.
Really?
But they did.
Man, oh man. So they put up so the A's put up a 9 spot?
They did.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't go through that.
Yes.
I
that
am
would have
so
added
glad.
stress.
Especially with
I
an early
would have
start today.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten sleep last night if that. God, come on,
Mike,
bullpen. Jesus.
A's, the Oakland A's, the A is short for athletics.
Thank you, Rob. Would you like
Rob,
to talk to?
where do the Oakland A's play?
The Oakland A's play. They play in Fort Worth, Texas, in a club. It's one of the only indoor stadiums with limited seating. It's owned by our ex-president George W. Bush.
But did you know they're moving?
Yeah,
They're
where are they
moving?
moving to? That's a simple question.
Yeah.
Where are they moving to?
Well, where everyone moves to, Florida. They're retiring.
Yeah, try one more guess. Where would the Oakland A's be moving their franchise to?
Las Vegas.
Yes, very good. Nice job. Very good.
But did you know that for the next 2 to 3 years they're playing in another city, not Oakland, not Las Vegas?
I didn't
Start
even know
next
that
year.
one.
Where they?
Wow.
I'm gonna guess Los Angeles.
Sacramento.
Boo!
Really?
Yes, for 2 to 3
they're
years.
gonna get some love there,
in
especially
a
when
minor
they
league
leave.
stadium.
In a minor league stadium?
Yes.
I didn't
Well-
know. Wow. I didn't know that. Why
I
are they
was-
beating feet out of Josh? Why are they beating feet out of Oakland so fast? Why are
Because
they?
the Coliseum is falling apart.
Oh, okay. So it's a danger to people.
Concrete is falling off the stadium.
The Oakland
sewage,
Coliseum.
the sewage backs up into the locker room multiple times a year.
So their alternative was to play in a minor league ballpark instead of staying in Oakland until the Vegas stadium is ready.
Correct.
Well, when they move to Vegas, Mike, I read that they're going to be playing in the Sphere, and you're allowed to catch all balls off the wall.
No,
It's going to
they're
be in the
actually
rather
they'll be
environment.
playing their games on the pool deck of the downtown Grand Hotel.
Oh, the citrus deck.
That's it, the citrus deck. All right, Rob Spiewak, Christmas. You brought up Christmas
Yes.
yesterday. I didn't get to it on yesterday's show. I love all things Christmas. I didn't bring my coffee mug in, but I have my Santa mug that I'm drinking out of today. It's my favorite Christmas mug. I drink out of it all year long. What do you know about Christmas time?
No one loves Christmas more than me, and I'm not making this a contest, but you know I adore the holiday. And I feel that it was too early for Costco to have Christmas stuff out, but they do. But I'm going to let that slide.
Really?
Yes, I'm going to let that
ridiculous.
slide. Do you know anyone in the area of Kansas City?
I have a hunting lodge there. I hunt quail there. I weekend occasionally.
Here's one thing that is, this is beyond me. Did you know that the Hallmark Corporation is based in Kansas City?
They make cards, right?
Cards. Yeah.
Cards.
Wild cards is what they make. And what they're doing, they're opening sort of a Christmas, I won't call it a theme park.
They make
But-
wild cards.
Christmas.
It's all coming together today.
Mike, they're making a Hallmark Christmas movie land that you can pay to attend. And here are some of the features.
This is
Mike,
based on the like the sweater movies that
Yes, it's from November 29th to December 23rd in Kansas City. If you don't have a ticket, if you just show up, you can enjoy the Christmas market, which is spending money, the Holiday Hall Market, which is spending money. You're allowed to attend the tree lighting and light shows. And Mike, if you want to spend some money, go to the Festive Food Hall at
So,
Hallmark.
does
Holiday
it
Land.
sounds to me, and here's the most egregious thing about
Yep.
this. It sounds to me like they do a tree lighting every day, right?
Yep, exactly.
Which is the whole, oh, God.
And Mike, you can also go to the gift wrap station or the Crayola Community Mural. But if you want more, I see it in your eyes, you want more.
Yeah, I sure do.
You can buy the Be Merry package, which includes everything I've already mentioned, plus reindeer games with Hallmark stars, the light walk, a food and drink voucher, and a commemorative weekend lanyard.
Isn't Hallmark star, isn't that an oxymoron?
It is, but you know what? Carrie will sometimes put them on to nap, and I recognize a lot of the people. It's like a company of players. But, Mike, if you want more and you don't want to spend $259, you can drop $699 at Hallmark Holiday Square, and that gets everything I've mentioned so far, plus photo ops with Hallmark stars, Sunday access to the Home Sweet Hallmark Home Movie-a-thon, create and learn with Hallmark artists. Those are the people who actually make the wild cards, and access to the outdoor VIP lounge and concierge service to support the booking of your Find Magic package.
Wow. Wow.
They are
And
now
they call
taking-
and Josh Soroka, they call us whores.
I know.
They call
I
us
know.
dirty little whores. Wow.
That's right.
My God. My God.
Wouldn't you love to have a guaranteed seat and a reserved time for all the special events held at the Westin Kansas City at Crown Center?
Major hotel chain.
Yeah, well, major company. And I think there are people that really love these Hallmark Christmas movies, but I really can't see it being worth the trip.
Is this, what is it about Missouri that gives us this kind of entertainment where we've got Branson and now we've got this?
It's centrally located. So a lot of people can come from everywhere. And also, I think maybe Missouri, or as some people say, Missouri, has a bit of a complex as being a flyover state. Mm-hmm. They have St. Louis, and that's sort of a city, right?
The thing about the Hallmark Channel, and I'm sure that Mrs. O'Mara has looked in occasionally on these films, but it's the too pretty factor. And if you do that in a regular feature movie, you've lost everybody. You have to have real actors have to have a real quality to them. And when you have Ken dolls, if you have soap opera style actors in movies, it just doesn't work.
How about would this work? You and I, let's just spitball a plot here. You and I are podcasters, and we need to do a Christmas podcast. And our program director, who is Josh Soroka, says, if you really want to do a Christmas podcast, you've got to do it from Vermont. So we take a train to Vermont, and when we get there, there's a lady who runs a bakery, and that's Carla, and she doesn't want us to do the podcast, and we fight tooth and nail. She even gets the government involved, but what happens is she realizes that we are going to actually do things for the kids of this Vermont city, and you and Carla fall in love, and then in the last part, after you marry her, I kill myself.
There it is. That's it. Call them up right now. Call them up right now. We're going to get on there. We're going to get on there and do it. We're going to do a Hallmark movie.
And a really gory suicide.
Yes, absolutely. By the way, I don't subscribe to the regular Hallmark channel. I subscribe to Hallmark X, which is it's the one with nudity. That's what I got.
Are they also too pretty in that?
Oh, they're very pretty. But I tell you, Lori Loughlin, you want to see some of her scenes? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. There's one where she's in a stable. Anyway,
isn't she with Tim Reed from WKRP in Cincinnati?
We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll do that. That's what we do on this show, on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hi, everybody. Laundry sauce. That's what I want to talk about.
So good.
My laundry detergent used to come in a big, cumbersome, nasty jug with warts on it. And the smell, it didn't do it for me. Industrial, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's why I switched to laundry sauce, because they care about that wonderful laundry fresh scent. They have partnered with one of the top fragrance houses in the world, and their laundry smells amazing. My favorite scent, Siberian Pine. Let me show you. I'm going to tell you how much. There's laundry sauce right there. These are
Mike,
the dryer
how would
sheets right here.
the late George Carlin say that flavor, that variety, that odor?
Siberian pine.
Thank you.
Oh my God, this is
Smells so good.
Look at this. You'll never see me do this with a dryer sheet. Look at that. This is
Great for your complexion too.
Oh God, I love it. And let me show you. You know the big cumbersome jug I was telling you about?
Yeah.
They've replaced it with this. Kind of looks like you're opening up an iPhone, doesn't it?
It's a beautiful
look.
package. Yeah, there they are.
This
the pods.
literally. Oh, it fell. I'm sorry. This looks like a scene from Pulp Fiction. You
does.
were wondering what was in Marsalis's case?
Yeah.
It was laundry sauce, just like
Wow.
this. Look at
You know
this.
what,
There.
Mike? We are now officially a podcast.
Get
with
it?
laundry pods.
Pod.
Don't eat it though.
Can't really smell. You can smell a little bit through
Yeah,
there.
well,
It's
it's
not
sealed
like
in
the
plastic.
dryer sheets. It is
Yeah.
indeed, yes. And don't eat it. My whole house kind of smells like laundry sauce now, and I'm not complaining. And it's not just pods. Laundry sauce makes scent boosters, dryer sheets, dryer balls, fabric softeners, and even candles. Plus, if you are not happy, send back your laundry sauce for a full refund. No questions asked. Come smell me in Las Vegas. That's required. Elevate your laundry with laundry sauce. Now is the time to check it out. Head to laundrysauce.com/TMOS and use promo code TMOS at checkout for 15% off. That's the best offer you'll find, but you must use our code TMOS for 15% off your order. One last time, that's laundrysauce.com/TMOS, promo code TMOS for 15% off. Excuse
Will you
me.
entertain a question while you're talking about how good that
go
stuff
right
smells?
ahead.
Which
let me
it
get
does.
let me get a pod off the floor.
Yeah,
All right.
please do. I don't have Siberian pine. I have sandalwood, which I love as well. I get compliments from people because you actually. Thank you, Mike. But while you were doing that spot, my son Robert waved goodbye because he's on his way to the metro to go downtown.
Bye,
for his
Robert.
job.
Bye.
And he left behind him a cloud of cologne. And it made me think of your son, who has become a cologne enthusiast. What's up with that? Because he's
It is a
young.
really it's for him. It's an expensive habit.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff is not cheap. He has, I think it's called Jean Paul Gaultier. I don't know. I'd have to see a picture of it. I
that
think the
sounds-
cologne is called Jean Paul Gaultier, Josh. If we can find a picture of the bottle. It's got a bottle that looks like a mannequin without arms. That's kind of...
Mike, I need to say this before we proceed. I'm not a cologne guy, but when we worked in the same building, you invariably were the best smelling person. You wore the best cologne.
I enjoy fragrances, but this is a kick that the 10-year-olds are on.
Right.
Where they're kind of, you never know what kids are going to get into. And so he's got now
he's got that
three
expensive taste, man.
He's got 3 bottles of cologne on his little shelf, and it's adorable. It's cute, but it's expensive. And then, he doesn't discern between, it's like what becomes fashionable that day,
Right,
and it's like JPG cologne is one. And then the other one.
No Old Spice?
He borrowed my, I only have 2 colognes. I really do. I only have 2 colognes.
There you go.
There it is. There's one of them. That's the Ultra Male.
Oh, and it's
look
got
at that. It's got a package.
The Will Ferrell ball sack.
It's got a bulge. Yeah.
That's where it smells the
fantastic.
best.
And I have 2. I have Carolina Herrera,
Okay.
and I have Versace, which I really like. And
Classic. Very
those are
nice.
the 2.
Yeah.
And I gave him, because he's into it, I gave him the Versace like that. So he's got a shelf. I put a shelf in his room the other day just for his.
You installed
his
it?
little. I did.
I mean,
did.
or was it wall mounted, or is it like a bookcase?
You saw anybody that saw the schmooze day I did last week. I've become remarkably handy. I'm
Not
putting
handy
stuff
at
up
getting rid
all
of
the time.
pipes.
No, that is now migrated from the garage to the front porch. I just don't want. There's certain things that just fall into the category of I don't want to F with it, and I don't want to call a scrap metal place, but I will. I will today. It's almost like a fear of rejection that I'll call. Nah, we're not interested in that like that. But I want to sell the pipes for the pipes. How much was purchased? Do you have any idea?
Mike, I was never allowed to know anything.
God.
But there's a lot of them. And there's a lot of curtains, and there's bases to them, and
Yes.
the bases are sharp and deadly.
And we'll cut you. We'll
They
literally
will cut
cut me, Mick. They will. Yes, Josh, you wanted to say
it's
something.
easily probably about $800 to $900, maybe over $1,000 worth of pipe right there.
Okay, and so you think I'll be able to move that along down here
You can get $20
for the
If you're
whole
going to
thing?
if you're going to like a recycling center.
I still love it. I'm not going to tire of it. I will
I know.
never
I
tire
don't think
of it.
I ever will either.
I was
Mike,
thinking along the lines of just the metal itself would be.
you going to call a
valuable.
scrapyard, Mike?
I was thinking about it. Yeah. Are you going to play something Sanford and Son? Is that what you're going to do?
Oh,
Is
well,
that what
now
you're
I'm
searching
not.
for?
Now I'm not going to do it because you wrecked it.
I'm sorry. You were sitting there
I-
going,
I
Mike.
do think
Hey, Mike. You look like you're
Facebook
like
Marketplace.
piloting a 747. You know.
Wow, Mike, it's like looking in a mirror.
It's like, Mike. I do the same thing here. What, Josh?
I'm going to upgrade my system in a couple days. That the searching will change. It will not be the same way anymore.
Would you like to elaborate on what you'll be doing with your
Yes, my son has got himself a new laptop. So I got his old MacBook, and I'm going to move my music library into it so I can play music from the laptop and search it with an actual keyboard and soundboard as opposed to the iPads that I've been using since the beginning of the show.
I'm excited
Why are
about
you
that.
laughing?
I don't know. I can't tell you why I'm laughing. I really can't tell you why I'm laughing. I can't tell you why I'm laughing.
You're a jerk.
No, it sounds so. Sometimes you'll say something, hey, something big is coming, you know, and then you'll explain it, and it's really, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean, and I'm not going to.
You've been after me to do this, and
I
I've
look
been
forward
financially
to-
prohibited from doing it.
And
now
believe
I
me,
have
nobody
it.
understands that more than me.
Right,
Believe me,
right.
pal. I
Yeah.
understand that. So I'm all for it, and this is exciting.
Do you wanna
I think
see
this
it?
Sure. Yeah, please.
Okay, here we go. Hold
All right.
on.
All right, hold on. Rob's going to do a little show until.
Before you call the scrapyard,
Yes.
see if Carla can put it up on Facebook Marketplace. I'm looking at 50 feet of pipe and drape, $2,000. Someone's selling it for on Facebook.
Wow.
All right.
So you still have the black drape?
Not all the drape. No, she threw it out.
Okay.
But the
That's all
pipe
right.
we've got
I've
all
got
the pipe.
another list in here of pipes for $400.
That's fine. That'll
think-
do it.
That's
Try
fine.
that.
I'll tell her to do that. I'm gonna farm it off to her.
She'll love it. She will love
She's
it.
done it before. We've had people come to the house.
They're still there.
They're
Squatters.
living there. That's your new computer.
Yeah,
I'm
look
very
at
very
it.
clever.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
Very
it's a
nice.
computer. It's a laptop. Very nice. That's
You
very nice.
said you wanted to see it, and I showed you, and then you demeaned my
I
computer.
thought, and what are you going to put it like on that computer so it'll be handy for you?
Yeah, it
you'll
will
have
replace-
multiple boxes that you'll be able to
and my
source.
entire library that I'll be able to search with a proper keyboard.
I have it. I have it on my computer right here. You are a black. And you didn't. And you didn't see me. Do anything.
Yeah, but you have
right
that on
there.
a soundboard. I will have things on a soundboard as well. I'm just taking myself, Mike. We're in a process of change at the show, and change is good. Change is exciting.
I'm
And
excited.
what we're going to do is streamline the audio presentation and stop the invariably annoying pauses like me looking for Sanford and Son, which, by the way, the song is called "The Street Beater."
Very nice. Thank you. We have to take a break. When we come back, you've got a thing.
Yeah, and look, see, that's on a soundboard. That came right up.
Okay, that's exciting. That's very good. I'm not casting aspersions on your
Don't cast
ability
asparagus on my
to run a board. We've got the flip side where Rob curates different videos and sounds. You can eat. We'll have that next right here on the Mike O'Mara Show, ladies and gentlemen. Las Vegas, Las Vegas. It's finally happening, folks. We are so excited. TMOS is returning to Las Vegas for our grand reunion weekend, Saturday, November 9th. Come be part of a live poolside taping of your favorite podcast, That's Us, on the elegant rooftop citrus deck of the downtown Grand Hotel. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking over the hotel for the whole weekend.
Yes.
You can take the whole weekend and be part of our exclusive slots and blackjack tournaments, the Ladies of TMOS Brunch, special discounted hotel rates. Those are up on the website, our website right now. Limited edition swag, plus surprises and a whole lot more. Grab your tickets and more info at MikeO'MaraShow.com. There's no better way to reunite with your TMOS family and no better place to do it. Join us as we take over the Downtown Grand Hotel. This is the weekend of November 9th. Make your plans accordingly. We cannot wait to see you. Pretty much sold out of the VIP tickets, but there are tickets available for the rest of the seat. And there's not a bad seat on that patio. It's going to be an intimate little gathering, and we can't wait to do it. We're really looking forward to this. Anything I'm leaving out, Josh Soroka?
The Christmas tree lighting.
The Christmas tree lighting.
Oh, God, come on.
We will be doing that. That'll be with all your favorite Hallmark stars who will be there as well. Should be
I look forward
spectacular.
to seeing Lacey Chabert.
Lacey Chabert.
She might be excellent.
Boy, I'm going to check her out after the show. That's for sure.
The flip side.
Mike, it's been a while since we've done it, so let's do it today. The TMOS Criminal of the Week.
Ah!
And Mike, to be a criminal of the week, there's several things at play. You have to have a curious crime. You have to have an intriguing outcome, and you have to have a great name. So let us go to Columbus, Ohio.
Now, Columbus police arrested a man accused of breaking into several businesses in West Columbus, including a pet store, where he set several animals loose in the process.
His name?
Matthew Pancake is charged with breaking and entering and vandalism. Police on scene told 10 TV they got a call about a burglary alarm going off at a Rooster's on Nike Station Way.
A burglar alarm?
When they got there just after 3 o'clock this morning, they found the restaurant was broken into. Police say video showed a man in leopard print pajamas inside the building.
But wait.
About 100 yards away, officers found the pet land was also broken into and animals were running around the parking lot. Officers found hamsters in Pancake's pants when finally making the arrest.
Mike, and if you look at the details up here on the corner, it says, man sets pet loose after break-in. Video shows man in PJs inside Roosters. And the third most important fact, hamsters found in his pants.
There he is.
In my pants!
You are going to jail, Mr. Pancake.
Johnny Pancake.
Put your crepes behind your back. We're putting the cuffs on you. The handy-dandy wrist warmers. There you go, pal.
Hey, Mike there. I'm curious. Did you go see the Rolling Stones at Gillette Stadium? Did you go? Because you did go.
Here you go, Michael. Fantastic, Mr. Pancake. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Hey, what's in your pants? What
A
are those,
bunch of hamsters. Yeah, I got these hamsters in my pants.
So, did you go to see the Stones? Because if you saw the Stones at Gillette Stadium, you missed some excitement.
I slumped
Really?
back in my seat, and my eyes rolled back, as I've been told, and I was actually foaming at the mouth.
The moment that Tony Palladino went into cardiac arrest and lost consciousness at the Rolling Stones concert at Gillette Stadium was followed by immediate panic for his wife, who was seated by his side to see the legendary rock band for their 14th time.
My wife started saying, help, help, and then she helped. And boy, did she help.
That she he's referring to was a fellow concert attendee who scaled several rows to help moments before the Rolling Stones took the stage on May 30th.
Within split seconds, a woman 2 rows over noticed that I was in trouble and began administering CPR on me immediately.
I got CPR. I got CPR at the Rolling Stones concert.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think their audience is aging out at all. I don't think
either.
so at all.
Especially when he's listed as Tony Palladino, double bypass survivor.
You know what his favorite song is?
What's that?
Stat Me Up.
Oh, I love that's a great opener for the Stones at Gillette. They go play Stat Me Up. I love it.
I also like Brown Sugar.
I like that the B-roll they have of the Stones is so current. Charlie Watts is still alive in it.
Yeah, the Stones. They've seen them 14 times. Isn't
I've
that
seen
nice?
them. I've seen them 5 times. But
Have
it's
you
been a
really?
while. Yeah.
Are they coming to DC this summer?
No, I don't think they are.
Stat me up, ladies and gentlemen.
Good show. Now, you have Netflix. I think we all do. And I love when Netflix takes a property that really belongs elsewhere and makes it their own. They're making and releasing a SpongeBob movie based on but SpongeBob has a girlfriend. It's a squirrel in a astronaut suit. Her name is Sandy Cheeks. dies of a heart attack at a concert.
Foaming at the mouth.
But I love the artwork. Look at this. They put the SpongeBob characters in real life settings, and it's got a 3D look to it. This is the trailer.
Good morning, Bikini Bottom!
That's Sandy Cheeks.
Good morning, Sandy.
So Bikini Bottom is in danger.
They're taking Bikini Bottom!
What's going on? What? I washed my hands.
I will watch that. Would you watch SpongeBob? Do you think your son would watch SpongeBob? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
Have you ever even watched an episode of SpongeBob?
Not in its entirety. I've seen.
It's a good program.
I've seen enough to be able to know the opening and also know the laugh. Yeah.
It's an excellent program. I think you might like it.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea, SpongeBob, and porous. I love the opening. I love the theme song. But that's it.
Let's close with this. Because we are a intelligent nation, America is now trending with the rock, paper, scissors challenge on social media. And here's how it works. You play rock, paper, scissors, and if you win, you stay and eat whatever food is on the table in front of you. And if you lose, you have to run around for a while the other person is eating.
What do you mean you stay? What does that mean?
You're at a table playing rock, paper, scissors, and say there's like a bowl of Cheetos, okay?
And is someone playing against you at the table?
Yes. There's two people at the table.
All right, I get it. Right.
And it's a suck challenge, but this guy, he actually tried to play it with his dog. And I think you might enjoy this as we close with rock, paper, scissors challenge.
Paper, scissors, shoot. Go, 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 go.
So the dog lost.
That way.
He has to make him run.
That way.
And now he eats his potato chips.
He gets to eat the chips.
Yeah.
If the dog wins.
Right. Here we go. Here's the dog again.
You got to play. You don't play, you don't get none. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Shoot. All right. There you go. I run.
It's just
and the dog loves the potato chips.
The doggy. Oh, man. I'm starting to like Stubby a little more, too. Yeah.
Can we have a rock, paper, scissors challenge table?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a and yes, that's true. Yeah, you know who'll participate. Dennis Murphy, I'm talking to you. Should be a lot of
rock again.
Hey, we got to get out of here. Tickets on sale for the fantastic weekend at the Downtown Grand Hotel, our grand reunion weekend. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com for all of the information on that. And the hotel rooms are up now for sale for that weekend. Tickets sold out in the VIP section, but we have plenty of tickets available right now. Please go get them because they will go fast on the pool deck at the Downtown Grand, and lots of fun. You'll be hearing about that as the weeks continue. For Josh Soroka and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Oh, okay, Mike.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I got nowhere else to go!
I'll recommend your services to anyone I know who has diabetes.